This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, so today we'll start with the sections which is going to be the financial functions. So, see, I've already shared one of the file. So, in that, I've given some financial questions. So, this you can do it later. I'll teach you the same pattern, some other questions. Okay, or before I start, if you have any questions for the previous class, whatever it is covered, if any questions you have, any doubts you have, you can ask me. We'll clear that, then we'll start the class. Anybody has any doubt, you can ask me first.
Ma'am, I tried
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
the homework which you sent, ma'am. In that, I have a doubt
One,
in network days.
one by one. What you have a doubt, ma?
Networking days, ma'am.
Networking days. Okay, see here.
The
Suppose
questions which you sent, ma'am. How to get
I
it?
understand. Okay, see, the questions network days. Say example, the date today, let me give some date here as 10/1/2022. Okay, this was the date I'm given. Okay, so this in which format I'll just go for this and convert this into a date format, which is month, date, and year. Okay, sorry, date, month, and year. I'm converting this. Okay, so this is in that format. So I'll just do the same thing. So I'll give one more date as 25 6, or we will give it as 25/02 2022. This is a date. Okay, so then I'll give this. Now between these two dates, how many number of working days I have, I want to know. So equals to net work days international. I'll select this. My start date is this, comma. My end date is this, comma. Number of weekdays, however, has been given. Which method has been followed for weekdays? That you have to select. So I'm selecting here as Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so comma. Then now how many number of holidays is given by the company? So that you have to give. So give that number of days, close the bracket and press enter. Okay, you will get the values here. So this, I'll just go here, change to date. This one, okay. Excuse me. Equals to net work days international start date, comma, end date, comma, weekdays, and then number of holidays. I so in the data which I've given, in that you have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Here network days, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Equals to, see, the date only is given here, start date. We don't have a end date, right? So you can choose any date of start date and then a end date. Okay, since we have something here with the January, Everything is with the January itself. So what I will do is I'll just copy this. Okay, you can just ignore this, but still I just want to show you once. So this 2012, I'll change this to 2022. Okay, and I'll give one more date here. Instead of third, I'll make this as 31st of January. Equals to number of working days or weekend days which is given here is this. I'm choosing some method, 2 days, close the bracket, enter. So number of working days is 20. You can just ignore the dates are different here. So okay, you just give some date. So this is 4th of July 2019. Just give the end date of the same month. So you have to give it as July 31st, July 2019 and check with that. Then 31st December you have, which is 2011. So same thing, just give it as a start date as 1st of December and try. If not, you can just avoid it. If you just try with two dates, it's fine for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Ma'am, even in EO month, how to get
Huh?
the date of uh, the other date, ma'am, other than given of first?
EO month. Okay, year. See, I'm giving this end of month, 2 months I will give. Just assume that 2 months we are considering the end of the second month. Now this is a January. January is the first month, right? But it will not consider like that. Equals to EO month, open a bracket. Okay, EO month, start date is this one. Give a comma. After 2 months, 2 months I'm giving, close the bracket, enter. But see what is the date it is showing me? March. So January, February, right? So 2 months means January and February. 17th of January to 17th of February, 17th of February to 17th of March. So it has to show me 17th of March, but instead it is showing me as 31st of March. That is end of this month. End of the second month. What is the date that will display? At the same case, if I use it as E date equals to E date, what will happen? I'm giving the same start date, comma, months 2 I'm giving, close the bracket, enter. Let me change this to date format, or I'll just choose this format painter. Now see, 17th of March, exact end of the second month date is given. But instead of 17th of March, it shows that month's end date, that is EO month. This is E date. That is the difference between EO month and E date. Okay, since it is a current month, so I will take here as 1. It is 0, enter. So 31st of January. Understood?
Ma'am, case one I understood, ma'am. In case two, how to get the date 5, 5th of next month?
5th of next month equals to same thing EO month. So if this is your start date, comma, 5th month, 5 months, just give 5, close the bracket, enter. 5th of next month. So it is, in that case, you have to choose it as, instead of EO month, you have to choose it as E date. E date. So it won't come like that. It is like, okay, 5th of month. Okay, it should be not, it is E next month. It is 5th month actually. I'm sorry, I've typed it here differently. So 5th of 5th month I have to give. So first of current month, even year, first month I have to give. Okay, so it is fifth month, sixth month, seventh month, and eighth month. So first, second, and third. In case if you are doing it, then do it. So it is, since it is a fifth month everywhere, I'll just copy and paste it here. First month of everywhere. So I'm copying this and pasting it.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't change this. I didn't note it. Okay, you
Ma'am,
can
so
just
that
change it
is,
up.
ma'am, so that is
Tell me, ma.
fifth of, so 5 months after Jan is what we have to calculate. Fifth,
Yes,
5 months.
5 month. Fifth month you have to calculate for all this date. First month you have to calculate for all this date.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Tell me, ma.
Ma'am, in that end of current month, could you repeat that?
End of current month. This one.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just gave it as 0 because it is the same month. If it is 1 month, it will come to the February. So end of the current month, I gave it as 0. Start date I've selected, comma. For current month, give it as 0, close the bracket and press enter.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when it's fifth month or first month, we have to give comma 5, comma 1 like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now we will go for the financial functions. Okay. So before I start with the financial functions, financial is nothing but your money, how it is flowing, right? So financial functions. So in this, you will be seeing how, like, what are the values you are going to invest, how you are going to invest, all these things. Now, say example, I have a um, I have a money. So this money I will be depositing into a bank. So when I deposit into a bank, I want to know how much I will receive with the interest. Okay, say example. Now Mr. A has invested rupees. So 1,50,000. 1,50,000. This is today. He is investing now. Assume that now he is investing. After 6 years, after 6 years, with 7% of interest, how, with 7% percentage of interest, how much he will receive? That is what is question. So whenever you have any financial functions, you will have few questions now. So today, what is the value? Today's value. So future's value. That is tomorrow's value. Future's value, how much you are going to receive. What is the interest? How many number of years required? So that is nothing but your number of periods required. Okay, if you're paying monthly payment, equal installment, how much you're paying. So these are the things we have to see. Now, in this question, we have some values. So whenever it is a financial function, if I'm having any value in a future, how much I'm going to receive, that means today what is the value. So these things we will be cross-checking here. Okay, in a financial functions, you must see that whether the money is received. If money is received or money is paid. These are the two conditions you have to cross check before any entries. So money, it is for you, whether we are receiving or we are paying. This you have to cross check. So if in case if you are receiving money, if you are receiving a money, you have to treat it as plus. If you're paying a money, if you're paying a money, you have to treat it as minus. So this is the main condition. When money is been received, you will treat it as plus. If the money is been paid to others, to whomever you are paying, you have to consider here as minus. Now what is the answer here? What I have to find? I have a value. So today's value I have. So we call this today's value as present value. So I have a information today how much I have deposited. Present value 1,50,000. In the future value, how much I'm going to receive, this I don't know. So this we don't know. We have to find this. What is the rate of interest? For interest, we call here as rate. So rate is given here 7%. Okay. Number of periods, we call it here as NPER. So number of periods. So here we require 6 years. Equal installment if we have anything. So we have to treat it as PMT, equal installment. Payment, PMT. So we have no information about this. Are everyone clear till here? So that means I must know what I'm going to receive in the future. So my future value calculation I have to do equals to future value. In the future, what I'm going to receive. Open a bracket. Now what it says, rate of interest. Rate of interest is how much? 7%. I'm selecting 7%, comma. Number of periods, how much? 6 years. I'll select the 6, comma. PMT, I have no information. When there is no information is given, we always consider as 0. So you have to give it as 0. Give a comma. What is my present value? 1,50,000. But remember, I said when money is received, we will treat it as plus. When money is been paid, we treat it as minus. Now we are paying this 1,50,000 to the bank. Okay, to invest, we are investing to the investing person, to some company I'm investing, or to bank I'm investing. So that means from my business or from my pocket I'm giving the money. When I'm giving the money, it is minus. So cash is getting deducted from my balance. So minus 1,50,000. Give a comma. Now, what I want to know, end of the 6 years, I have to know. In the beginning of the 6th year, I want to know. So, after 6 years only, I have to know. So, end of the period, that means 0. Then, close the bracket, press enter. So, how much I will receive? I will be receiving 2,25,109. This is the value which I'll be receiving here. Are everyone clear about this?
Ma'am, when are we giving the minus sign? Could you please tell that?
See, now this money, Mr. A is investing a money where he is investing rupees 1,50,000 in FD. Assume that in fixed deposit is depositing. Assume that this A is nothing but you. You are depositing 1,50,000 in a fixed deposit in a bank. So your money you're giving to whom? To the bank person. So your money is getting deducted from your pocket. You're taking 1,50,000 and giving to the bank. So that means you are getting deduct, your balance is, cash balance is getting deducted here, 1,50,000, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means my money is getting deducted. I'm paying the money to the bank person. So I'm giving here as minus. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the last zero was for the present year.
No, no. Last 0, you have two options here. End of the period, beginning of the period. End of the period, you have to give it 0. For beginning of the period, you have to give it 1. I need to know after 6 years how much I will receive. So I'm giving here as 0.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See, the same questions has been given here. The first question and the second question. You can try to answer this. After answering, please let me know. Did you all try to solve this? At least first question. Somebody please answer me. Did you get any answer for this?
So, ma'am, for me, showing hashtag value. It's not showing
Yes,
any
but
amount.
if you have to extend it, just go. If you are getting an answer here with the hashtag, go for this. Double click here. If I type some values here, which is crossing more than a limit, then it will show you as a hashtag. So in that case, you have to double click like this. So only then you will get the values. So okay, let me explain you this. Equals to. So find the maturity value of an FD invested today is 1 lakh. After 5 years with the rate of interest 10%, how much you are going to receive. So what I will do, that means in a future how much I'm going to receive, that I have to find. So future value, open a bracket. Rate of interest, what is the rate of interest here? It is 10%. 10 percentage. Percentage symbol is important. Give a comma. Number of years, 5 years, comma. PMT, we have no information. Whenever there is no information about monthly payment, yearly payment, quarterly payment, then we will treat it as 0. Present value, today how much I'm depositing? I'm giving 1 lakh rupee for the fixed deposit. That means from my side, I'm giving the money. I'm giving the money means I'm paying the money. So it is minus 1 lakh, comma. So end of this period, how much I'm going to receive it. So it is 1,61,051. So same way you can try all these things. Okay, first question, second question, third question, and this 3 is related to future value. You can check it out. Let me go for the next question. Okay, I'll tell you one more question. See, now Miss Pragati, okay, Miss Pragati has received, she is receiving, she is not paying here, she is receiving 3,50,000 from the investment made after 10-year period. Okay, 10-year period of of how many more years we will give. Okay, let's take it as 4 years. After 4 years, okay, with interest of rupees, so okay, with interest of 9 percentage. That means she is receiving now, okay, from the investment made. Already she has made an investment. Okay, so today she is receiving. Okay, so after how much, I want to know after how much if I invest this. Okay, so find how much she has invested. Okay, so find how much she has invested. So today she is receiving 3,50,000. Okay, so in the, if I'm going to receive, if I'm going to receive 3,50,000 after 4 years, okay, Miss Pragati is going to receive 3,50,000 after 4 years with the rate of 9% interest. Then how much she has to invest in order to get 3,50,000? Okay, she has to receive 3,50,000 from the investment made after 4 years. After 4 years, now after 4 years, in the sense today, how much she has to invest with the 9% of interest. So let's take the same thing here. I'm just copying this and putting over here. Okay, so today how much she has to invest, this I want to know. In case if she is receiving 3,50,000 in the future. Okay, in the future she is going to receive 3,50,000. Now rate of interest is 9% and my number of periods here it is required is 4 years. I have no information about equal installment payment, so 0. Now what I want to know, I have to know how much I need to invest today in order to receive 3,50,000. So that means I want to know what is my present value. Did everyone understand this concept? What is the question?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
getting up? Okay. Equals to present value. We are going to use present value here because present value today what is the money I have to deposit. This I have to know. My rate of interest is 9%, comma. My number of periods required is 4 years, comma. PMT we have no information, so we will treat it as 0, comma. My future value, in a future I will be receiving 3,50,000. So I said you when money is received we will consider as plus. So I'm directly taking this money without minus sign. Plus sign without sign means it is plus only we will be considering, comma. End of the period. Okay, here also it is end of the period 0. Close the bracket and then press enter. So you have to pay means you have to invest 2,47,948 in order to receive 3,50,000. Did everyone get this? Now same type of question you have here. So after 5 years with the investment of 1,000, what will be the present value with the rate of 10% interest? Somebody calculate this and tell me the answer. Can someone say what is the answer for this fourth one?
Ma'am, is it 620?
620. We'll find this. Present value. Present value, my rate of interest is 10%. And number of periods is required here is 5 years, 5. and PMT is 0. My future value is how much I'm going to receive is 1000. So end of the period 0, close the bracket, press enter. Yes, 620. Okay, so this one I will explain you some two problems, then remaining things you can do. Now see here, when I
Excuse
was
me, ma'am.
doing, tell me ma,
Ma'am, I'm not getting the correct answer for present value.
this one
Yes, ma'am. Could you please repeat?
equals to present value. Now what is your rate of interest? 10%, type it 10%. Percentage symbol is also important. 10% and then give a comma. Okay, done. How many number of years after 5 years? So 5 years, give it as 5. Give a comma. So I said you monthly payment details we will be considering as PMT. We have no information for monthly payment, so we will consider it as 0. Then give a comma. How much I will be receiving in future? So it is 1000. Give it as 1000. Give a comma. Now end of this fifth period. Till end of this fifth period, how much I should have invested? So that is 0. Beginning of the period you have to give it as 1. End of the period you have to give it as 0. So give it as 0. Close the bracket. Press enter. You'll get this answer.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
In
you.
case,
Excuse.
in case you are giving us 1, yeah, tell me. Tell me, ma.
No, I was talking about the second question. We have to find PV for even that. I just wanted to confirm.
Find the investment needed in an FD which will mature to 2,50,000 after 10 years. So yes, even this is present value. Okay, investment of rupees 1000 for 5 years, that is find the future value. Yes, this is future value. So this is present value.
Ma'am, why don't we take beginning of the period?
See, beginning of the period means, say now, okay, you have taken a loan. Okay, you have taken some loan for some 50,000. You have taken a loan. Okay, think that you have taken a 50,000 loan. The EMI period for this is 50,000. So keep it as 10 months. Within 10 months, you are paying it. So 5,000 with the interest plus interest. Now 10 months when I'm saying, end of the 10th month, your balance EMI after everything, all the 10 months paid, your balance is 0. Now, beginning of the 10th month, I haven't paid yet. I have not yet paid that beginning of the 10th month. So that means that 1 month EMI is still pending. So because of this consideration, we will always choose end of the period.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, there are some already calculations given here. The same answer we are going to find it here. But before that, let me explain you. Now, when we were doing this, number of periods 4 years, number of periods 6 years. So 6 years is fine. Now, what about if it is monthly? What about if it is quarterly? What about if it is daily? What we have to do, how to calculate this? So for this, say example, taking the same example, okay, we will do with this future value. I'm just copying the same thing. Okay, same thing, using this future value we will calculate. Now I want to know if it is monthly, quarterly, daily, how I'm going to do. So 6 years is fine. But 6 years means how many months? In a year it is 12 months, right? In a quarter means in a year. So how many quarters? 4 quarters, 3 months, 4 quarter period we have. 365 days we have. Now, what is this? Why we have to do this? Because when I pay some EMI money, when I'm paying a EMI, how I will pay? So I'll pay monthly, quarterly, daily, or some people will do weekly also payment will be there. Anyhow, we will only most of the times we will be doing almost every time it is monthly only. So this is very rare case, but still I just want to show you in case if it is any questions like this, how you have to do. Semi-annually means in a year twice. Okay, semi-annually that means it is 2 times in a year, so 52 times in a year. Okay, how many times in a year this we are doing here? Okay, so in a year if it is 12 months for, okay, we will give one more example. Now Mr. M has purchased hair for rupees 30 lakhs. So assume that 30 lakhs. Okay, for 30 lakhs he has purchased. He need to pay equal installment. Equal installment he need to pay. Okay, so equal installment he has to pay for 25 years. Assume that 25 years. Okay, let's take it as 20 years only. For 20 years. So where they are also charging a interest. Okay, with interest you have to pay. So the interest is being charged as 12%. Okay, now what I want to know, if I am paying yearly once. So yearly once I'm paying the installment. Then what is the money I have to do? Okay, if I'm paying semi-annually, that means in a year 2 times. So here yearly installment means 20 installment, right? So semi-annually, that is in a year twice. Semi-annually, that means in a year, in 1 year it is 2 times. That means in 20 years it is 2 times 20 into 2, right? Now next one, in case if you're paying quarterly, so you're not paying monthly, if you're paying quarterly, how much you have to pay? So in 1 year we are paying for 4 times, right? We are paying for 4 times. If it is for 4 times, that is in a 20 years, 20 into 4. The same way we will be doing this for monthly also. So when I'm paying a monthly installment, so for 1 year we have to pay it 12 times. 12 times, that means in a 20 years, 20 into 12. So how many months we are going to pay? Like this we have to calculate. So same way for daily, weekly, anything you can calculate now. Now before this, the same way we have an interest also. This is for the period we have done. But what about the interest? Interest is also the same thing. This 12% yearly once you are paying it. Yes. Semi-annually means this 12% of interest is paid 2 times divided by 2. Again, the 12% of interest here is being paid 4 times, so divided by 4. So 12% of interest is paid for 12 months. So 1% each month. Like this we will be considering. So we are going to find out what EMI, equal monthly installment. Okay, equal annual installment, semi-annual installment, quarterly installment, monthly installment. How much you have to pay. This is what we are going to do. Now, future value. What is the answer? What is my present value? What is my rate of interest? What is my number of periods? That is NPER. This I have to know. Then finally I will be calculating my PMT. PMT we will do it here. Okay, my future value, how much I'm going to pay. So future we don't have because we are paying every month. So future value 0. Today I've taken a loan for 30 lakhs. Means today's value of the car which I purchased was 30 lakhs. So 30 lakhs present value. What is the rate of interest they are giving me, charging me? 12%. How many number of years? 20 years. Now what I have to know, yearly if I'm paying, how much I have to pay. If I'm paying in a year twice, quarterly or monthly, how much I have to pay, this I have to know. Means we are going to calculate installment, equal installment, how much we are going to pay, this we are going to consider. Okay, now look here. So I'm going to find what? PMT. So every month installment or every year's installment we have to find it out. This is what we are going to calculate now. I'm giving here equals to PMT. PMT, open a bracket. Okay, so rate of interest given here is 12%. So this is yearly. Normally how we have done the same thing. 12%, comma, number of periods 20 years, comma. Okay, better I will do in this method. It is 12%, comma, number of years 20 years, comma. Then my present value 30 lakhs. That is, this money is been received in the form of loan. Right, I've received it. So though I'm receiving a loan, still I have to pay it, but the money has been received, so I will be treating here as 30 lakhs in a plus only. 30 lakhs, comma, future value I have no information, we will consider it as 0, comma, end of the period how much I have to pay. So 0 again, close the bracket, enter. So every month I need to pay 4 lakh 1636 rupees I have to pay. This is yearly payment. Okay, this is yearly payment. Now, if I'm paying semi-annually in a year twice, if I'm paying, how much I have to pay? This we are going to see. Okay, so I'll calculate this equals to PMT upon a bracket. My rate of interest is 12%. But this 12% is being paid 2 times. So I said you have to treat it as divided by 2. 12% divided by 2. This 12% is paid 2 times. So divided by 2, comma. Number of periods. Number of periods in a 20 years into 2 times. In a year 2 for 20 years, how many times? So 20 into 2. Give a comma. My present value is the 30 lakhs of loan amount, comma. My future value, I have no information, give it as 0, then give a comma. End of the period, again 0, close the bracket, press enter. So 6 months once, I have to pay 1,99,384 rupees I have to pay. Is that clear to everyone? Anybody has a doubt? Since no one is responding me, then you can find out this monthly installment and give me the answer.
Ma'am,
Find out
can you
this.
show it again?
Which one you want me to show, ma?
Yearly twice.
yearly twice. I'll read you once again. Okay, in a year, I'm paying 2 times installment. That is 6 month once, 6 month once. So that is in 20 years, 40 times. Right? 20 years, 40 times I'm paying. What I'm paying? EMI I'm paying. Now, what is the rate of interest? 12%. 12% is for per annum. Per annum. So I'm paying here, but for 6 times. I mean 6 months. So which means this 12% is paid for 6 month once and remaining 6 month once. So 12% is divided by 2. So what is my rate of interest here? Rate of interest given here is 12%. So I'm considering here as 12% divided by 2, comma. Number of periods is 20 years. In a 20 years, in a year twice, that means 20 into 2, comma. Present value 30 lakhs. I have taken a loan of car. So it is 30 lakhs, comma. My future value excuse me is 0, and end of the period I need to calculate, give it as 0, close the bracket and press enter. We'll get this answer. Same way for quarterly it is 4 times, monthly it is 12 times. Someone can calculate this and give me the answer.
Ma'am, for monthly I got minus 33,000, 33,032.
32,000.
33,032.
Quarterly it is 99,000.
99,335.
Fine. Let's see this. Equals to PMT, open a bracket, rate of interest is 12% divided by 12 months, comma, number of years 20 years into 12 months, comma, my present value is 30 lakhs, comma, future value no information, 0, end of the period 0, close the bracket, press enter. So your answer is right. And next one, we will see for the quarterly also. Equals to PMT, open a bracket, rate of interest is 12% divided by 4 quarter period, comma, in a 20 years 20 into 4, comma, then my EMI amount, the loan amount what I have taken 30 lakhs, comma, future value no information, 0, end of the period 0, close the bracket, enter. So this answer is also right. Very good. So see here, but this here the question has been given as find the maturity value of FD. That means you have to calculate future value. The same thing future value also you will be doing here. Only you have to consider for years and month what you have to do, that you have to see. So I'll just show you for this quarterly payment. Okay. So quarterly payment I will show you. Equals to future value, open a bracket, rate of interest is 9%. 9% divided by quarter period, right? So divided by 4, comma, for 6 years, 6 into 4, comma, PMT we have no information, so 0. My present value today is 50,000. Okay, so this 50,000 has been deposited, so minus 50,000, comma, end of the period, so 0, close the bracket, enter. You will get this answer. Whether you are calculating present value, future value, or PMT, that is your monthly installment, payment installments, anything, you have to see whether it is being paid annually, whether it is being paid quarterly, or whether it is paid monthly. So in that case, depending upon that, you will be using for rate, and for interest, you have to consider this method. Okay. So we'll go for the next one. Next question. Okay. Okay. If Mr. X is depositing, okay, is making a deposit of rupees 50,000, 50,000, okay, and after 7 years he receiving is going to receive is receiving some 12,000, okay, 1,20,000. 50,000 is depositing, 1,20,000 is going to receive after 7 years. So find how much rate is been offered, rate of interest is been offered. Okay, that means we have to find what we have: future value, present value, number of years, and PMT. Then we have a rate. Now my future value, I will be receiving 1,20,000. My present value is 50,000. I'm going to deposit. Number of periods is 7. PMT we have no information, 0. So rate I have to find. What is the rate of interest offered? So equals to rate, open the bracket, rate, open the bracket, number of years, 7 years, comma, PMT, no information, so 0, excuse me, comma, my present value, that means I am paying 50,000, receiving 1,20,000. Paying means minus 50,000, comma, my future value is 1,20,000, comma, end of the period, till end of the period, what is the rate of interest paid? 0, close the bracket, press enter. So 13% is the rate of interest. Now same question, you try with this same thing. Okay, I'll give you one more thing. So you have to find the rate of interest. So if here you are receiving 1,50,000 and you are depositing
Excuse me, ma'am.
25,000. Yama,
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
could you
sorry to
show it
interrupt, but is
again?
your voice breaking only for me or is it for everyone, ma'am?
can somebody tell me whether you all have the same issue?
No, ma'am, your voice is audible.
So who is not getting the voice? Who cannot hear me?
Your voice was breaking that time when you were telling the previous one.
Okay. You want me to repeat again, Mifzala?
No, ma'am, that's okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. See, you just need to find the rate of interest. Number of period, PMT, PV, future value, and type, end of the period or beginning of the period. Now I've given you the another information here. Please, somebody check this and tell me the answer. What is the answer for this? Give me the answer. What is the rate of interest?
Ma'am, could you repeat once more for the rate of interest?
Okay. Equals to rate of interest. I need a function rate. Open a bracket. Number of periods here. If Mr. X is depositing rupees 50,000 and after 7 years is going to receive 1,20,000. So 50,000 is depositing today means present value. In the future is going to receive 1,20,000. That is after 7 years. 7 years is the number of periods. Now I want to know what is the rate of interest is been offered. Okay. So I'm giving this. Now what we will do is I will use this uh, number of periods. Number of periods is what? 7 years, comma. PMT we have no information, so I'll treat here as 0, comma. My present value. So X is depositing 50,000. X is depositing 50,000 today. That means he is giving the money. So it is minus 50,000. Understood? It is minus 50,000. He is giving a money into a deposit to the bank person. So minus 50,000, comma. And later he is going to receive 1,20,000. So that is plus. So no minus sign is required. I want to know what is the total percentage of interest after till the end of the period. So giving us 0, end of the period. Close the bracket and press enter. So I'm getting here as 13%. So same question I've given you here. Instead of 1,20,000, I've given 1,50,000. Instead of 50,000, I've given us 25,000. Instead of 7 years, I've given us 9 years. Now find the rate of interest and give me the answer.
Ma'am, it is 22%.
Okay, let's cross check. Equals to rate. So number of period is 9, comma, PMT no information 0. Then my present value minus 25,000, comma, my future value 1,50,000. End of the period. Close the bracket. Yes, 22%. Now we will go for the next question.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Tell me,
Ma'am,
ma.
for me, your screen went blank. So, can I rejoin? Will I be able to rejoin if I log out now?
I think you can rejoin.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma. You can rejoin. I'm saying you can rejoin.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so let me give you the next question meanwhile. So Ramya is Ramya has deposited rupees 1 lakh 1 lakh in an FD and receives 2,75,000 with uh, with 11% of interest. Find how many number of years required. Okay. So here again my future value is 2,75,000. My present value is 1 lakh. So I'll just remove this. Okay. So PMT, we have no information, 0. My rate of interest is 11%. Now I want to know how many number of years it is required. How many number of years it is required. So I'll use here NPER equals to NPER, number of periods. My rate of interest is 11%, comma, PMT, we have no information, so 0, comma, my present value is 1 lakh. I'm investing it, so it is minus 1 lakh. Then my future value is 2,75,000. Then, comma, after this, end of the period. Close the bracket, enter. So we required 9 years 6 months. We required 9 years 6 months. Did you all understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
So try this 3 lakhs. So I'm giving here as 75,000. PMT 0. So rate I'll give it as 13.5%. Find how many number of periods required. I'll get back to you within 5 minutes.
Ma'am, could you share that screen where you have written that rate and everything? Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone get this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
10.9.
10.9.
10.94.
Yes. So it is 10.9 months. Okay. So now I hope anybody want to ask me something?
Ma'am, rate of interest I'm not able to do, ma'am. It shows me hashtag NUM error.
Okay. Which one, ma? Okay. Tell me, how did you do this? Tell me how you are doing. Simultaneously, even we will do. Okay. Or I will do. You just do along with me. Rate of
Okay,
interest
ma'am.
equal to rate. This is what you have done.
Yes, ma'am, I'm following.
Okay. Now, number of years, how many? 9 years. So I'm selecting 9 years. 9. Okay, only 9 I have given. I have not given any alphabet or any additional space in this. In case in the cell without the required information, if you have given some other things, even then you will not get the answer. Okay, so only 9 is there. I'm selecting 9. Give a comma. PMT, I have no information. So I've given in a cell as 0. I'm selecting as 0. Give a comma. Present value, it is minus 25,000. So I'm selecting here also minus 25,000. This cell I'm selecting, comma. Then I will be receiving as 1,50,000. I'm selecting this 1,50,000. Give a comma. Okay. Then after this, you are going to find it for end of the period. Give it as end of the period 0. Close the bracket and press enter. You will get this answer. Are you getting the answer or not? You tell me.
Yes, ma'am, I got it now.
Okay, good. So this questions you can solve yourself. Okay, try to do everything is easy. In case if you are not able to do, then we will see. We will discuss in next class. Okay, I've given
Ma'am,
few
could you
questions
share the
here.
previous working screen?
This one. Okay. Which one you want, ma? The last one or from the
Last
beginning?
question. Last question.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank.
Okay. So I hope you will do this. Shall we start this conditionals? So another 10 minutes, 15 minutes is left. So better we will discuss this in the next class. Okay. You try to solve all these problems. If any doubts, you can ask me. So next class, this conditional and database together, we will finish it off. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Bye everyone. Take care.
Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.